It's alive. Nobody is.
No, it doesn't matter.
And I love about our, because you can see.
I can see.
Yeah, it is broadcasted.
Oh yeah, it's got all the people up there. So yeah, okay.
The little things.
Yeah, I know.
Folks are here.
Oh look, there's
Hi,
people.
folks.
Hello, people.
Just real quick audio check. How do things sound on your end in chat? This is Dr. Jared Wahey, he, him, his, with Dr. Christopher Andrews.
Also he, him, his.
Hi.
Welcome to the chat room. Oh, chatty chats.
I'll get started in a bit, but how does the audio sound for y'all end? Y'all's.
Y'all's. Yuns. Oh, this is not a weird linguistics event.
No, but we will be talking about linguistics.
We will.
As we're definitely offering linguistics courses.
Applied linguistics courses.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, we lost people. It's okay. We're just going to hang out until we get some feedback, I guess.
I guess that's real. We'll see people in like a minute.
Yeah, it's early.
It starts at 2.
It starts at 2. It's only 1:59. We're just killing time. Oh. Someone rang my doorbell.
Right.
I gotta turn all this stuff off.
Oh, no, I really do think the Foley of just having like weird vibrations in the background is going to be lovely.
Okay. Ooh, we got a package. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Right. Well,
I didn't order anything. Yeah, Dr. Andrews and his police state technology.
No, fascist and neoliberal police states is what we talked about in the last virtual tea with Final Fantasy. This is not a...
No.
This is a different form of fascism.
That's right.
Welcome, folks. We're at 2 p.m. How are we doing?
Hello, everybody.
How does it sound? How are we feeling? To participate in the chat, you will need like an actual sort of Twitch account. But if you're just hanging out and watching and sort of like taking in the information, welcome.
Good luck.
Good, right? Take note. There will be a quiz.
Well, let's not get like pushy about it.
Right.
But it'll be fine. But we welcome your chats and things.
We entirely welcome your chats and things. Ooh, let me.
Oh, we're gonna play with settings now.
Yeah. Ooh. Let's try this.
Just let them all in.
I mean, if the thing...
Just open.
Might be,
Open everything. Oh, we have 8 people. Hello, welcome.
This is
8
fantastic.
People. We're really excited that you're here. 5 people.
Right. Well,
I can't watch the people go up and down.
No,
It's
absolutely.
breaking my heart.
It will be terrifying. But I do think yes, absolutely. I can now, Dr. Salter. I readjusted the settings, so things should be good. Yes?
Yay.
Awesome. Welcome, folks. Welcome to our virtual English tea, right? So in the past, we would hang out, have some refreshments, maybe some light snacks, and talk about upcoming course offerings, but we don't necessarily get to do that anymore.
I miss snacks.
You can still have snacks.
I mean, I have snacks in my office, but it's not the same.
Okay, it is not the same.
Nobody shares them with me.
I'll bring snacks next time, because that's just going to be really good mic work, just snacking into a mic.
Get your ASMR fix ready to go.
We are going to be streaming Death Stranding and thinking about the ways that this game that is near and dear to my heart opens up some of the conversations that we're going to be having next semester in a variety of English classes across all 3 tracks. So thank you so much for joining. We are going... So a few content warnings that the opening cinematics deal with some light body horror issues, particularly body horror around like baby bodies, which might be weird. And then also we're going to be thinking about a character death from cancer. So these are the types of heavier content in the game.
I've never played this game before.
I'm very excited.
Anything could happen. I don't know. So we'll see. It's gonna be great.
Okay, well, we're going to jump into that. Chris is playing, and I'm going to be asking questions about sort of, how this feels. But we're going to jump in with a new game.
Yes, I want to proceed.
This feels normal.
This feels normal?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, unless you want to do it...
on baby hand-holding mode?
That's fair. No, I want you to do it in normal because, again, what I love about Death Stranding came out in 2019. Is that it's absolutely, I think, gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
It's Hideo Kojima, known for Silent Hill, Metal Gear Solid, so we get this sort of spooky, horror-y, military vibes. But it was a little bit lambasted by online reviewers for just being a glorified walking simulator.
Yeah. And we'll talk about that a little bit, right? But it was definitely review bombed at least twice. Once with the initial release, and then once with the director's cut. Oh wait, I have to do the thing. So
yeah, just hold down X. This feels.
Oh, okay. This is fine. I don't care. I can't see anyways. So. Yeah.
I have to hold it. There we are.
I have to hold it. Oh, okay.
What's a birthday?
Oh,
do you just want to do today's date?
Yeah.
10/19? Or 12/12?
12/12. Yeah, sure, this is my birthday. Ooh. Doom's abilities. I don't know what this is about. Okay.
It's definitely astrology, which is definitely real.
I'm on Twitter a lot, and it's mostly just Virgos and Tauruses talking to each other, so...
That feels real.
That's an Aquarius. I don't know where I fit.
Yeah,
in the world.
Not without Earth sign nightmare. So we do not have upcoming courses on astrology, but we do have courses that talk about solidifying identities and the way that we talk about self-representation. Dr. Andrews, what are you teaching next semester?
What am I teaching? I'm teaching a bunch of not weird stuff, but I'm teaching a couple of things. I'm teaching my 3301, my kind of standard technical and professional writing class. I say standard, not because it's a super standard class, but because, it's I teach it all the time. It's a lot of fun. We look at, workplace writing in a variety of professions, and if you know what you want to do, then it's a great place to study the kind of writing that you want to do. And if you don't know what you want to do, then it's a great place to study writing in different professions. The second half of the semester, we look at that, or we kind of branch out and start to look at what's called tactical technical communication, which is all the kinds of weird technical writing that people on the internet do on their own by themselves because they want to. So everything from Reddit phishing guides to DIY. Nobody's birthday is 12/12. That was the fake made up birthday.
Yeah.
But DIY technical communication, and I'm missing the video intro here, but it's okay because it's fine.
So the game's conceit is that it is in a post-apocalyptic. There's been a global natural disaster that has decimated.
Natural disaster. Okay, so next semester I'm also teaching writing for social media, which is all about disasters and writing. No, that's not true.
Quite literally, we do have a post-apocalyptic course on the books. Our Intro to Literary Studies, taught by Dr. Zeman, will be on apocalyptic fictions.
That's fun.
They got some big names for this game, and by they, I mean...
No, the cast is immense. Mads Mikkelsen, this is cool stuff. Dr. Wahey's favorite person in the whole world. Blush. Blush Flush.
Norman Reedus,
yes. Oh, it's your birthday. My birthday is not 12/12. I'm a February baby. So.
Hence the Aquarius.
Okay, we're riding on a Tron cycle in a spacesuit.
How dare you?
Do we know what kind of apocalypse this is, or is this just your kind of we don't know what happened, it just happened kind of...
An explosion is the way that the intro video sort of courts it.
I wasn't watching the intro video.
But absolutely, I think it's framed. It's framed environmentally, right?
Okay.
We have these beautiful wide shots of. It's not the right word. Of environment in sort of various states of put togetherness.
Yeah. There he is.
There he is. I love this. I think one of the ways that we can approach video games is through some of the rhetorical and through some of the close reading habits from literature and film. So we are... Dr. Pattison is teaching a lit and film course in the spring, so if you want to think about framing mechanics, camera angles, editing, and how that works, specifically his course, which is literature and film in the environment, lit and film in the city, it feels pretty relevant to this type of analysis about...
No, the visuals here are all over that. So it's kind of like the re-establishing the landscape.
What's your controller doing, Dr. Andrews?
My controller is being haptic. Oh. A little loud to hear us, or are we talking too softly? We can definitely tweak the sound.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just mumbling, though. I don't know. What do I need to do?
As soon as the cutscene's over, but I can adjust our volume here.
Get us up. Okay, well, we're going to keep talking. Yo!
Hi, Dr. Pattison.
What's up, Patasaurus? That's perhaps my new favorite. I'm using that. I'm using that all the time.
I mean...
Anyways, no, yeah, the haptic, controller feedback.
It's vibrating.
It's nice.
Well, there was a woman there.
I saw
for a
that.
minute.
No.
I'll be honest. Personally, as a
Great.
as a game, I would define myself as like a giant gamer person. It's not. I don't know. It was something I used to spend a lot of time with, but it's not necessarily. Anyway, the whole you're just.
Well, you're dropping the cargo. You have to grab with your left hand.
Do I have to hold it?
And then, if you press triangle, transfer cargo from hand to back.
Okay.
But you do have to hold it. Can we theorize that for a minute?
Oh, okay, go ahead.
That, your right and left triggers are absolutely tied to, the left and right hands of your avatar. Norman Reedus here. And that it forces you to be particularly, physically engaged with the controller to... handle these sort of different artifacts. So you framed it as haptic. It's just incredibly embodied, right?
Right. Hang on, it's so embodied. I'm totally into this. Hang on a second.
I know.
I was about to be all well, I don't really like cutscene video games, and then it quit being a cutscene video game.
And now
so
you have to walk and collect this stuff.
Yeah.
But you were engaged. You were leaning.
No, well,
forward.
You
were
my
okay.
glasses
Well,
suck and I can't see. But wait, what did I just pick up?
Picking up some cargo.
Oh,
Yeah. I think it's really interesting that this game came out in 2019. World ended in 2020.
Right.
Conversations about Amazon labor and delivery services sort of went to the foreground, and this is a game where you are collecting and delivering cargo for specific purposes, and that's wild. Right?
That's pretty wild.
So clicking that gives you a survey of the landscape, right?
Right.
About what is difficult terrain, what is an X, what will be very difficult to fall down. Versus what is in yellow, which is a little bit easier. So, I think the thing that I think some things that we are trained to see in big budget video games, especially open world, is whatever, I can just climb any mountain, I can jump anywhere.
In Skyrim, I can just get on a
Absolutely.
horse and ride up the side of a
Cool.
mountain, and there is absolutely no actual physics involved in the process.
Versus here, where
Kinda-
you are constrained a little bit more by your environment and by like real world physics.
I'm definitely hustling to get up the side of this
Yeah.
thing. Can I climb up?
X will let you sort of jump, but
There it
not
is.
in a
Not
meaningful
in a
way.
meaningful. Can't jump spam it.
You cannot jump spam it. That this game is shooting for a sense of verisimilitude, right? That it is trying to be real to life. And I think that it's picked up on the levels
Yeah.
of like what
Okay. Sorry.
no, I mean I love that because what
Wow.
games force you to sort of reorient on your controller
Right.
this sort of balance.
No, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's more like a, I'm not going to compare it to a flight simulator, right? But like, where it's just like, right, it's, I don't want to say twitchy, right? But it's just like, everything is just like, okay, well, like every motion is important.
Every
And
motion
there's consequences for every motion, which I like it. Alright. Let's see, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, using the scan, I would go left.
Okay. Well, that's where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
But it's getting up this escarpment. There's your fancy English major word.
And we are learning. We've got vocab. Thank you.
Can I die if I fall down this hill?
Do you want to try it?
I'm gonna in a minute. Okay, I found
Yeah.
it. Here we go. Here we go. Give me a break.
But to have this sort of physical sensibility, or like
Mhm.
the controller being so sensitive,
Yes.
I think engages your body in a particular way in for this game. That
Absolutely.
you become hyper conscientious of how bodies move on screen, which I think by extension asks you to reflect on like your body as player.
Mm-hmm. But I'm way too into this. I would be a terrible Twitch streamer. This is
No.
This is,
I mean, part of this is to sort of like let the game breathe.
yeah.
Chat, what do we think is sort of what's it like? How are we oriented to the landscape? How are we oriented to Norman Reedus's body? How are we oriented to labor so far in this intro? I also think this game is horny as hell. That everybody... I think Kojima is horny for Norman Reedus, but I also think like the world of the game becomes quickly eroticized in ways that I was not expecting.
Very, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, is not the celebrity function of Norman Reedus post The Walking Dead, right? That hunky survivalist is something that carries through.
Okay.
It's the close-up, it's the panning, but it's also what I love about character design is that we see these sort of imprints of hands. And so there's something about the politics of touch and the politics of connection, which I think is super smart thematically for a game that is about touching and handling your controller in a particular way.
Hello, Spaghetti. Fragile.
Dr. Salter, thanks so much for, yes, right? Adding in, thank you for dropping this in chat. Like, you're right, that that a lot of our course content, especially in our sort of theory courses, or in courses about gender, sexualities, race, community, right, allows us to have these conversations about politics and connection. And I assume that will be foregrounded in the post-apocalyptic intro to literary studies that's upcoming in spring. For me, I go to a Judith Butler place, sexual autonomy, about touch opens us up to grief, touch opens us up to danger, but also reminds each other that we are all in each other's hands, which is a really lovely sentiment.
Yeah, very lovely.
I mean, right? Well, I think, right, like what this game opens up, what this game points to, especially in this opening cinematic with like the fear of touch, is again some of those. That touch reminds us that skin and flesh and bodies are vulnerable to violence.
Mm.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, Dr. Salt is pulling from Dr. Zeman's course description for the lit studies. When we look beyond the pulpy thrills of this potboiler genre, we find that post-apocalyptic literature has a bit to say about our present moment. Absolutely. This game is structured by like novelistic conceits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Prologue, chapter 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gone. What the hell? Didn't mean to grab you so hard. Tears. A chiral allergy. So, you have dooms, like me.
I've got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
What's your level? You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense them.
Level 2, then.
What are you doing here?
Trying to stay dry.
I mean,
Same
this is
here.
very Kojima in the sense that it's like, let's drop in some new terminology, and nobody is sort of right-oriented, but let's sort of do this thing. The conceit is there are these creatures,
My name is
BTs,
Fragile.
that have
Yeah, I've heard of you.
crossed into this world, creating extinction
right?
events, and there's also something called timefall, right? Rain
Silent
that causes you
order
to
breaches.
age, and causes things to decay at rapid states. So the thing
man
with
in the labors.
looking at the
Right.
hand. Oh, my name is Fragile. I will say, Kojima historically does not script women well, and often puts them in precarious and vulnerable positions. This isn't not that as well, right?
Tardigrades, huh? Okay, little snacky
Tardigrades you
snack.
can eat.
Little snacky snack tardigrades. Yeah.
It's got this sort of right, like
Buy it a day,
post-apocalyptic,
keeps the
like
time fall away.
sci-fi vibe.
Yeah.
Beautifully animated.
Wanna come work for me? Must be tough out here on your own.
Yeah, I thought Fragile Express had plenty of people.
Plenty of traitors.
And I think this
Not
is
much left of us
speaking
now.
to maybe
Save
Dr.
for a few
Pattison's
minutes.
interests, but what are some
Wanna
of
talk
the
about-
concerns or some of the dangers
Not
of
much left of me either. Got soaked
naming-
from neck to toe.
of an individual's
Can't help you with
relationship
that.
to corporate delivery services, or an individual's relationship to corporations?
That's all.
This is Bridges Central Dispatch. Freelance contractor Sam Porter Bridges. Receivers standing by for...
Listen, we're all gonna give it up for the metaverse anyways.
I mean,
soon,
this is
so
the danger, right? Thank you for bringing that
doesn't-
up.
It doesn't matter.
And we have courses to help you theorize
Headed
how to
into
live in the metaverse, don't we? Upcoming and writing studies.
Oh my goodness.
Watch yourself. Those things never stay gone for long.
Oh, and again, thank you, Brittany.
Mhm.
Right, that like the idea here is that post-apocalyptic fiction, sci-fi, speculative fiction offers us things that feel unrealistic, but, and what I love that you're pointing to is thinking about collective action and collective interest in preservation of planet, society.
The time full fast forwards, whatever it touches.
That again,
But
right?
it can't
So
wash
we
everything
play
away.
as Sam Porter Bridges.
past
We will
just
soon
won't
get
let
like the
go.
first mission of a porter, but it is
I'll
about.
see you around.
Oh, that's fantastic. But we will soon be charged with the mission of like connecting America through bridges, which again, for 2019 audiences, felt very pointed, right? Bridges, not walls.
Absolutely. It's pretty interesting that we're kind of closing out this this 2-year phase now with Dune, which is really the opposite, which is like all the worst things that you imagine of people in power are true, and it's awful, and we're the environment is screwed. So yeah, okay.
So we're back to walking.
Back to walking.
You've got a health bar for blood gauge. You've got a stamina gauge. I will say you can get some peeks into some of the funding that you have to. You recharge your stamina by drinking Monster Energy, and I think that's great.
That's fantastic. And this is a cliff.
This is an entire clip.
Oh, we're gonna die. We ready? Hey!
Wow.
Oh.
Oh yeah, just absolutely. So, I actually am really glad you died.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Because one of the conceits of the game is actually Sam can't die. He is a repatriate.
Oh, wonderful.
Because of his Doom's level, Sam is a repatriate, meaning that he can return to life in the place known as the Seam when killed. In the Seam, follow the strand to guide his soul back to his body. This game is allegedly cooperative, or it has an online social component to it, where you can also see other people who have died, and their players in this scene. And it's a really interesting way to do online social, if you look down. But it's an interesting way to think about like sociality as asynchronous and in these sort of liminal in-between moments.
Oh, here's the creepy.
Here's some horror.
Like, okay.
I mean, I love
That's
it. I'm a spooky boy. Happy Halloween, y'all. But it's interesting that the idea of coming back to life, this idea of a repatriate, is tied to childhood and images, even if it is a creepy baby doll.
Yeah. All right.
So you do have a health and a stamina bar. I think, right, like, traditionally in these sort of, open world feely games, we are trained to just want to, launch ourselves off a cliff, and maybe we'll survive from fall
See
damage.
what happens, yeah.
This doesn't do that thing.
That's pretty cool.
Oh.
We're slipping and we're falling, and it's pretty fantastic. Whoa,
Right?
sorry.
This is so interesting for me.
Because I'm bad at this?
No, because, because we're not trained to be good at this.
Right.
That video games tell us, or video games as a medium suggest that you should be able to enter into this fantasy world and get to move your body in hyper capable ways.
Right.
This game says actually no, that's not the way. Here's the sort of stamina. Here are the ways that bodies slip falls. And then you got to put it on your back. You can organize the cargo in the menu, which I think is also really interesting. sort of function. But it's not the thing that we are trained to do in big blockbuster video games, which is collect all the things, run around at hyperspeed, super jump.
Jump.
Right,
Jump.
yeah.
Your encumbrance is a number, not a lived fat. Like,
Right.
like I can see this dude just like,
Yeah.
you know, just with this giant peddler's pack on his back that looks ridiculous with like traditional encumbrance schemes, but that's not gonna happen.
That will also help you search for cargo.
Right.
But we also saw, like in the animation, the fact that his body has like scars and cuts from the pack, right? So again, even though Hunky's survivalist, telling us that like the body is shaped by the labor it does, and that this is labor, this is work for Sam Porter Bridges to do this thing.
It's not super incredible, but they're running the credits while I'm playing the game, which is crazy.
It's great. While also Low Roar is playing, so we have just this like still lovely cinematic experience while you were going and fetching cargo and exploring the beautifully rendered post-apocalyptic US. In what game, and this is sort of a chat question but also a Chris question, right, what game do you play that you have to be aware of the center of balance when you were supposed to be in like a escapist fantasy world, right?
Right.
Like, oh, I can't run down this hillside too quickly because I might slip and fall, which is insane because it's a video game, right? Like, so that attention to the minutia of the body, or that attention to what you were pointing to, right? Encumbrance as lived experience versus a number in a thing.
Number and inventory.
Right. Oh. If you want to spend some more time thinking about bodies, yeah, shameless plug.
Oh yeah, shameless plug for courses.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. Dr. Bizayo is doing a medicine, health, and health humanities course, thinking about, again, right, the ways that our discourses shape perceptions and feelings about bodies, capabilities, debility. There's a gauge for endurance, right? It's the blue gauge, so if you were crossing this, it's that blue one. And so as you grip for balance, that blue, the light blue goes down, and then over time, the darker blue will go down so that you have less and less.
I love it. It's pretty cool. Doctor and divine. Medicine and religion. Good times.
Collecting all the cargo.
Well, I'm a good quest hobbler here.
I'm a good porter. Oh, Amazon, hire me. Oh, I'm really good delivering. But I will say, I think that's bye.
Oh, love it.
That's
awesome.
Oh. And your cargo takes damage.
Test material.
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck?
I mean, in some ways, the no, but again, right? Like Dr. Salter, I think the game doesn't give you a tutorial, right?
No.
This is the prologue, and you're kind of just meant to figure it out as you are going along. Are you gonna jump off that?
Which is very contemporary. Well, of course I am, because I'm not in here to, like, you know...
play safe. You're here to, like,
speed play. I'm
demonstrate.
here to, like, break stuff and look like a moron in front of the Twitch community. Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, no. Well.
We have a visitor.
Done. Cleaning up the spam. So, yeah. I'm interested when you complete this mission. So again, this is like the blighted landscape. We're like in this sort of environmentally pleasing, right, space, and we see the like urbanity creeping up. It is desolate. It is rough. I mean, honestly, if this is what we need, what if bots are a way to get enrollment up? What if it's bots? What if bots are the future?
I don't know. Just like they write
screenplays.
That's right. They do.
Incredible.
Okay. Dr. Wahey, what other classes are people teaching this semester? Because I am just stumbling.
Right. Yeah, so I'm teaching some courses. I'm teaching Monstrous Fictions, which is our novel genre course that I'm theming all around monsters. And it's called Monstrous Fictions because I couldn't put monster fucking on the syllabus.
What?
Yeah.
You could put that in sale.
That's Governor Abbott like that. Who's my boss? But we also have a creative writing workshop, Survey and Practices of Genres, with Dr. Karstensen. American Literature Survey, post 1900, a British Literature Survey, post 1800, with yours truly about the woman of color in post 1800 lit. You want to go through the checkpoint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
you're just like,
I'm reorienting. Sorry, I got flipped around.
That's fair. That's fair.
Beginning scan. All clear.
Oh.
Well,
So your objective will be that little star and that little structure?
A little blinky there.
Yeah. No, no, thank you, Dr. Seltzer. Yeah, Freshest Deli. It's absolutely hard to do water animation, and so much of this game, right, like, isn't necessarily plot driven or isn't necessarily this hurts my spine. But it is about like Sam's relationship to the environment, right? So, conceit is you pick up delivery and then you deliver it.
Whoops, I did something else.
And then it should be X.
Sorry, I'm used to my...
Yeah. And then hold it all down to deliver all the smart drugs and everything. And then you are graded, or ranked, which is a Foucauldian, like, dream. So, you were thinking about the metaverse, and
What took you so long? It's not like the legend to come in late.
Facebook,
Had to
you were
wait at the
rewarded
store. Lost my bike.
Sounds like you've been a
and
good
ranked and given likes.
Oh.
From
circle.
Luckily,
Yes.
our goods are in perfect condition. Well, you did keep us waiting, but everything else seems to be in perfect order, so great work. We'll be awaiting the next delivery.
She just told me I suck at this game, didn't she?
No, she said, like, the goods are in order. So, you get a ranking based on sort of how much damage your cargo has taken.
Okay.
19%. The delivery is completed. You were given likes. Get bonuses for sort of, all of the stuffs. But then this is what I'm fascinated in, which is fascinated by. Distance traveled. It measures the path that you took, and you can see your meandering all get mapped out in blue.
Yeah.
And then what gets picked up for asynchronous online play is people can follow your blue path. That you can see the path that other porters are taking online in order to think about best routes,
Be more
most
expedition.
efficient routes. Where's... And to me, like, that is biopolitics 101. This is discipline and punish in a game. The idea that you can take your avatar and in a sort of social play setting, take Sam Porter Bridges' body and make it the most productive in the most amount of time, right?
Ooh, I can pee in a water bottle?
You can pee in a water bottle.
Awesome.
Oh, you can pee anywhere in this game, actually, and you get a trophy for peeing in the wild.
Well, I'll do that later then.
Yeah. But yeah, right. Yes. it's a weird immersion of like labor.
Mm-hmm.
A game that you're supposed to be playing for fun, but you're working in it.
But yeah, no, you're just doing a hustle.
Yeah, as an independent contractor. So interesting to me.
It's very like
The gig economy
here's
as
this
play.
Cinematic game about you picking up packages.
About you picking up packages and
It
then being
shouldn't
graded
work.
and ranked.
It shouldn't work.
No,
And
it
well,
should
and right,
absolutely.
and it's like
Igor,
everybody
Bridges
hates
corpse
it,
disposal.
so.
Sam Porter, I presume? Right. Not the touchy-feely type. Document said you had some kind of phobia.
Bridges corpse disposal? What happened?
Look, gotta get a move on. I'll explain as we go.
So let's dispose of some corpses.
Good times,
Come on.
like you do
Yep.
in any apocalypse.
I mean, you gotta put the bodies somewhere, right? We don't all have a morgue trailer. Too dark?
No,
Okay.
Take a
thank
look.
you.
it's just daily life.
I will say playing this game during quarantine was wild, because again, it is about connection, sociality, building bridges, but then
Yeah,
everybody
it's
is sort of
incinerator.
isolated and apart. Oof, and we're trafficking a body.
How long since he flatlined?
It's a lot of
I don't know
trouble.
the exact TOD.
Okay, anyway.
I'd say it's been upwards of 40 hours.
He wasn't quarantined.
Not sick.
So if we're thinking about
It's just
biopolitics
suicide.
and necropolitics,
Jesus.
We're just lucky we
we've
found
got
them
theory
all.
for that.
Got him on
Well, of
ice
course we do.
ASAP, but who knows
We
when
have
he'll
theory.
go necro.
We got theory for Miles.
Where are you taking him?
And that should be our new tagline. We've got theory for
Theory
miles.
for Miles. Yes. It's a new
This
hashtag.
root's crawling with BTs. Sure you can't use another?
I wish I could, but there's no time.
Then just burn the
All
poor
these fetch
bastard
quests
right here.
remind me. No,
Well,
this
that
is a
guy
terrible
really lived here
transition.
so
All these
close to
fetch
town.
quests
Can't
remind
do
me
it.
that
Better that
internships
than
are a
for the
thing,
incinerator.
and they are not.
Oh, this is
we do
dark.
not
Someone like
do
you.
fetch quest internships in
Great.
the department. But if you like a fantastic thing, if you are a junior, a senior, you should strongly
He's
consider
already in the first stages of necrosis. If we don't
picking
hurry,
up
this
an
place is a
internship
crater.
and
So how about it?
getting some
Count on you?
experience, putting your English major skills to work, whether those are writing skills
Bridges
or
working
creative
on
thinking
contract
skills or
with Sam
media
Porter.
skills or talking to people skills, lots of different skills.
Just saying.
If
I
you
can't
want
spot
to,
BTs.
if you're interested in an
Just sounds-
internship, you have no idea what that's
That's why we
about. The
came
easiest
prepared.
thing to do is to email
A bridge baby, huh?
our internship coordinator,
It's
who is
helping
currently
you.
Dr.
We'll be able to stay
Charles
one step
Etheridge.
ahead of 'em.
You can email him and say, "Hey, I want to. There's a baby in a.
There's
in
a
bag.
baby in.
I want to do an
Yeah,
internship
right.
about babies in glass containers."
Theorize that for me.
The
And,
other side.
anyway, that's a really good opportunity. Strongly encouraged. A great way to
Roll out.
build your glass baby resume
Great. Which is
and
the
make
thing that
some
we all do.
contacts before you head out into the world.
Bridges coming from, I think that's supposed to be DC or originating out, this like web, this network. Oh,
I'm glad you appreciated that, Brittany.
can we theorize the child and the baby?
Listen, I was looking at the ads for this game because, like I said, I have not played this game. I don't know anything about this game. This is my
Yeah.
first time experience. But I was looking at the ads and I was like, why is he carrying a baby that doesn't really look like
Oh.
chest pack, and it's small, but it looks
The world was
really.
different when I was a kid.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird baby.
America,
But anyway,
country.
Well, so
Anybody
what I
can
love,
go
the
anywhere
tagline.
in the damn world.
America is a
No
country.
need for couriers like yourself. We
This
had
is like our
highways,
little expo
airplanes.
information dump.
Even visit
Again,
other
right, like
countries.
45 minutes in. But describing sort of apocalypse event
Hard to imagine it now.
and like the current
As you can see,
the current
Death
mode of
Stranding poked
isolation,
us
right?
full
That
of
like
holes.
this event has sort of
Fucked us
made
beyond
everybody
all
live
recognition.
alone
And if
in
you
sort
were
of
lucky
small
enough to
pockets,
survive, the time
in
bomb
bunkers,
came and washed you away.
and no way to sort of right like
And those
have
freaking
communities, so they
beasts.
rely on these couriers, these porters
Worlds of
to
the living
deliver
and
things
the dead all
um,
mixed together.
in this sort of right like necrotic hellscape.
And that's when folks
Um,
started holing up
Again,
in the
wild to
cities.
play this game during
Couriers like
quarantine.
yourself
But the
put on a
tagline
pit.
is, one of the taglines we're seeing in the advertisements is "The future is in your hands," or "Tomorrow is in your hands," and quite literally, what you will see when we get a baby of our own
Rainbow.
is that the baby that is attached to your avatar's chest will make noises out of the
Much
controller.
further to the
in your
incinerator.
hand.
What?
You
This
can
guy's about
rock
to
your
pop.
controller in order to soothe your bridge.
Cut to the BTs.
So again, right?
High school all over again.
It's that.
Oh, my God.
This is
That's
like
pretty
the necrotic combat class, yes, entirely. But for a game that is about sort of touch, tactile experience, body play, right, to really have this sort of hyper immediacy is super, super cool. And again, this is maybe the only time that I'm invested, which is quite a mistake, or invested in particular rhetorics of reproduction.
The engine stalled.
Those assholes got us right where they want us. Get us out of here.
Sam, can you see anything?
So this is going to feel particularly violent, horror-y,
Nothing.
grotesque. So this is the area of body horror that I was sort of warning about at the beginning.
Okay.
This BB must be busted or something.
It's giving Jurassic Park vibes,
Very much.
but it feels very cinematic. And yet still very old.
No, it's right. It's the theory thing where it's movie, and it's like the experience you can't get, not even at like a 4DX, right? It's raining, movie. I do kind of wish we were in like a dark room with a giant screen.
I mean, I can turn the lights off.
No, it's fine.
Okay. But yes, that sort of helps the experience for sure.
Yeah.
And I'll say for me, right, I play video games. I also, right, like I have a spinal deformity, which means I have to just be very, very hyper conscientious of like, is my core engaged when I'm sitting down? How, like, can I put that much weight on my shoulders, etc. So playing this game as a person with a disability
Would
amplifies
traumatize, yeah.
this sort of these things that you're talking about about immersion, where like I'm doubly conscious of like the types of ways that my crypt body encounters this like laboring porter body.
When again, right, for most players, it's just like, wait, I have to pay attention to my balance in a video game?
It's like, well, some of us have to do that forever and always.
Right.
Yeah, we're just handling corpses.
Shit, they're here. I can't get you out!
Oh, that's exciting.
Wait, which one's 45?
3345 is that's I believe mine. No, I also don't have the course. That is British Literature post 1800.
Okay.
Good. So, and I'm excited about that course. The Woman of Color in British Literature was designed through a community of practice with Dr. Shan and Dr. Salter. And getting to work from that baseline syllabus is an absolute treat, and I'm very excited.
Every time you get quiet, I feel like I'm about to like
Oh yeah,
do a jump scare, and so which I'm not. I'm not a jump scare, but you know.
But I mean, this is high intensity. This
It's
feels
very
very like powder keggy. As we see what happens to corpses if they are not incinerated in time, they quote go necro, and what we have is I've been saying biopolitical a lot this stream, but this is so much about, right, like, how do we handle bodies, right to life, right to death, in ways that these boundaries are socially and morally regulated, and this game just goes into it, and that's so fascinating. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I love that baby. Yeah. I mean, this is just such a complete, like, disparate set of images. Weird baby in a glass. Spooky ghost violence, tar people, right? Like it's. Oh, man, what's your baby? You got a baby, Chris.
I got a baby. So listen, I have 3.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah, this is how you make a baby.
Save
right?
and quit. This is absolutely how you make a baby. There's
Great.
no blood or anything involved. Just people hanging upside down. That sounds like last time we had a child. Absolutely.
Incredible.
People stabbing themselves? Yes. Okay. Birth setting.
A baby in a prosthetic womb that you strap into your chest. Oh. I knew this is. I actually did not put that on my WGST course, and I regret it every day.
You should.
She's foundational. She's vintage.
Yeah.
But like, absolutely, everybody needs to read a manifesto for cyborgs and think
Come
about cyborg
on.
bodies.
Yes, Brittany.
Puppet Master with a throbbing necrotic umbilical cord. Ugh. And again, I think any chance to render Norman Reedus as naked is just a lot. Hi, Brittany. Welcome to the party. We
Welcome
are
to the
thinking about
Weird naked
baby show.
Norman Reedus baby show.
As he's sobbing and holding this. Strategic design, right?
Yeah.
That there are so many moments in this game which teases seeing Reedus' genitals and then doesn't give it to us, and I think that is so brave of Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know, how does this complicate, or how does this reorient us to, like, post-apocalyptic, heteromasculinist survival bro that we're, I think, trained to feel is very familiar?
Survival.
I mean, again, coming from The Walking Dead, we just assume that Reedus is going to be a survival bro.
Yeah. You know, and there's the Walking Dead's a great comparison because
And now
there's
the game
so
starts.
and now the game starts.
Yeah.
There's so much like stumbling around. I remember the first season, right, and in the book as well. Like there's so much stumbling around of the main characters. Like what has happened, what is happening, what is going on.
Yeah.
And you don't have this stumbling around at all here, even though I'm stumbling around, right? But it's very much this character is like understands what's going on and is just kind of like, I don't know, resigned to it is not right. But definitely like,
I mean, it was the eye roll about the infographic about like, yay, congratulations for completing your porter quest. And and it like turned away from it. So yeah, I do think resigned to it is right. And Kojima's framing this in terms of, I think, environmental disaster, right?
Sure.
Like, with all the dead
you
whales.
mean with all the dead animals everywhere?
Yeah, on the beach things. But I do think, in terms of the orientation to this child crying as a result of encounters with the like chiral allergy, with these spooky monster moments, like that is suggesting something different about fantasies of masculinity and autonomy, or masculinity and stoicism.
Right.
That honestly, thematically on brand, Brittany. That I think Kingdom Hearts and this game have shockingly a lot in common. Can we just do it again? But this time with the real
baby. Oh, freaky. Thumbs up, baby.
Thank you for the like, baby. Welcome to the metaverse.
Like, subscribe.
Like and subscribe for more content. Follow us on Patreon because we don't make money.
Baby, can you hear me?
So you get the baby's memories every time you die.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Salter, for joining. Again, that link for everything is
There's
here.
So many wonderful classes that we just
link.
Can't talk about.
Yep.
There is a tiny link and I forgot to send it.
No, that's fine.
But lots of great classes. Writing and English and linguistics and
absolutely.
And flying tardigrades.
Linguistics, but we absolutely. Let's see. Intro to Linguistics is going to be offered 339 with Dr. Doolin, and ongoing TESOL seminars. So the TESOL seminar on methods, Dr. Fitzim and Doolin.
Hey, let's hustle up our certificates and things, right? We got the TESOL certificate.
We got the TESOL certificate.
We have the Writing for Nonprofit certificate.
Once there was an explosion.
We have the
bang,
Exploding
which gave
Strand
rise to
certificate.
life.
No, but these are all great opportunities, right? With a little bit less than a minor,
came the next explosion.
Get some coursework, some theory, some training.
Yep.
That you can do a lot of really cool stuff.
An explosion.
The TESOL seminar
That will be
is,
our
or the
last.
TESOL certificate is much lauded.
Yes.
And rightly so.
And directly leads to employment opportunities, right?
Every time.
So you got a nice loading screen.
Nice.
And then I will just shamelessly plug the WGST minor.
Bring it.
That it's an 18 credit hour minor that is mostly assembled through cross-listed courses. So if you are already taking courses like Dr. Salter's 4360 or courses with Dr. Sorensen in the past. Honestly, most of mine, you probably have those 18 hours sort of logged. The thing that you formally need is the WGST 3301 intro class, which I will be teaching in the spring, and a course to do a sort of capstone-y type project in, which will be cross-listed, so you can find more information about that. And we have these types of conversations. Thanks, Brittany. But we have these conversations about like bodies, pleasures. You can hit X.
I did. Oh, there it goes.
Right. Okay. Masculinities, aesthetics. Like this is the kind of conversation we have.
Lots of staring at Norman Reedus.
And also,
that's
yeah.
not true.
I mean, my dream class, I do want a masculinity studies class on the books here. I jokingly say that I'm going to turn my core lit class one day and call it man class, and then get a bunch of Texas bros in and then trick them with feminist masculinity theory, and Norman Reedus will be the cornerstone of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wait, am I going to get to play again?
I think you're going to get to play again. This is pretty... right. You just did some walking. Is that fine?
I walked for like 5 minutes and I've been sitting here an hour.
Wow.
So,
Well,
how
you
does
know.
it feel to be back in the world of the living?
Thank you for your support.
I'm a doctor. Well, a coroner.
Oh, and Guillermo del Toro. I'm sorry. How did I not
yes.
mention that Guillermo del Toro was in this?
Call me Dead Man. I'm well acquainted with the dead. Not like you, of course. Contrary to the name, I've never actually died.
Well,
I mean, this was really just Kojima sort of, right, assembling all of his
I would
friends.
advise
And
against
saying, like,
that.
no, this is the...
I'm
we're
no
going to do the
expert,
artiest
but I
art
can
project
assure
in
you
the
it's
history
for
of
your own
art.
Come hang
protection.
out.
Let's
See?
just make
Yep.
it big.
So I'm a prisoner.
These aren't handcuffs. They're cutting-edge devices that keep us all connected.
Us?
What if social media is that thing? Oh...
What if?
Right, I mean, it's not...
Yep.
It's not a genius
What it
critique.
You mean my phone?
Humanity's
Yeah.
best hope.
Not,
It
Mark
keeps us
Zuckerberg
connected,
told
but it
me
might
I'm
be a
not gonna.
handcuff.
I'm not gonna need that
Avoiding
handcuff
extinction,
anymore.
Oh,
if you
no.
prefer.
Right.
Yeah.
Where am
Be
I?
uploaded to my
Time is
home
it?
place. So.
Mhm.
Watch me.
Who rang that doorbell?
Try pressing it against your skin. Like this.
Come on, courier. Oh,
Relax. That
Indeed.
just means your body's got a good connection to the cufflink.
I mean,
Look.
again, post-apocalyptic sci-fi, but...
Cuffs will watch over you 24 hours a day.
Well,
That is to
post-apocalyptic
say,
sci-fi
we
is
will.
nothing if not
We're
a
here to
comment
help.
on yesterday. So
What the hell?
but
2 days.
fair, yes.
During that time,
fair. Come on
we
now.
took the liberty
Conditions
of
of the
collecting
post-apocalypse
fluid
are
samples from you.
us.
Mm-hmm.
You're a repatriate. That makes you very special.
What happened to the CD guys?
So I'd like we
Central
could skip
was
this cutscene
obliterated
and move into
in
carrying the dead body.
annihilation.
Okay.
Okay.
Game over, man. Place is a crater.
I believe start.
The only ones to get it continued were you,
No, no.
Nope. Oh, sorry.
for obvious reasons,
What did I was about to say. Did I?
Mm,
Nope.
and your broken bridge baby.
Is it all right?
we're skipping ahead. We're skipping to the first mission.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID.
You just entirely dropped that morphine.
Oh,
Definitely gotta get that. And we'll deliver the morphine and call it a stream. And then everybody can stream Dope Sick on Hulu.
Delivery order for Sam Porter Bridges.
hello.
Request transport of morphine to isolation ward for immediate administration to the president.
I put it on my back, or tried to put it on my back.
Yeah. I don't think you can put that on your... when you go up to it,
Yeah.
hit triangle instead of mark.
I
There we go.
did.
Okay, great.
So, yeah,
Okay,
I was like, I was
okay,
doing
good.
it correctly.
Have a pleasant
I'm
journey.
not totally.
Not game savvy.
I was gonna say incompetent, but that's fine. Oh,
Check the map on your cufflinks if you're lost, Sam.
oh, thank you.
The isolation ward should be pretty obvious. If you're not sure how to get there, you can set markers and draw routes too.
Okay.
Try it out and you'll see what I mean.
And then when you unlock certain things, right, you get to see everybody else's routes, and you get to see everybody else's plots and structures that they built. So if you press options, that one.
Oh, this one. Sorry. Okay.
And you were headed.
I'm headed west, and I need to
Over there.
head
Yep.
up here. Okay.
To your right. Bang. I do like the crouching.
Gotta have a good sneak mode.
Yeah. Yeah, Brittany, I think Brittany's this is that
Sam, your friendly
the
neighborhood
feelings
dead man here. If you want to
aren't
confirm you're
not
headed
a
the right way,
holdover from The
check your
Walking Dead,
compass.
especially like later seasons,
It'll
but there's
never
something
steer you
about
wrong.
a sentimental survivalist that offers a different type of emotional relationship. Yeah.
Provided you have a destination, that is.
Thanks, Dead Man. You're the best.
We get a real stark contrast from the open world environment to the decayed city, the disaster city. Things that have been clearly marked by checkpoint barriers, contagion control.
Central wasn't just home to Bridges HQ.
Thank you for that.
It was also the
that
seat of
is
the Reconstructionist
absolutely.
movement.
We're going to pitch that in the
President
intro
had
to linguistics
required
class.
special treatment. She would have never left. And if she hadn't, we wouldn't have either.
Britannia?
Brittini's.
Brittini's? Britnized. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, this is...
I mean, so the pacing. Yeah. Noted. I should have maybe chosen a different game for a 1 hour
this is fantastic.
stream. But we're delivering this sort of morphine, ideally. But we're a little past 3. We've been streaming for a little over an hour. Dr. Andrews, thank you so much for your time.
Hey, thank you for streaming us.
Hey,
This
it
is cool stuff.
My entire treat, because again, I just think these conversations about the post-apocalypse, media and affect, ideas of right, like visualizing the body in labor, relationships to environments. This is everything that we are. This is everything that we're doing in Spring 21. So definitely take a look at those courses. Keep us in mind. Think about certificates. That's my
Next
focus.
time,
Yeah.
Mario Paper.
Next time.
What?
Oh, man. How do we do that? I want. No. With a little bit different tech investment, I could connect our Switch and like figure out. Yeah.
It's me, Dead Man.
Well, thank you all so much for being here. And we'll see you IRL in upcoming classes, hopefully.
Yep, we're on the next stream.
Definitely that one as well.
Yep.
Has
Thank you,
deteriorated.
everybody.
Have a good Friday. Happy Halloween.
Thank